Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're enjoying your day, sweet. If not, what the hell ever. Alright, folks, now we're still keeping in with the game show theme here, but this time we're going to Family Feud and the time that TNA spent a week going through this game show. If you've never seen Family Feud, it's quite simple. 2 teams of 5 compete against each other. You have to try to answer the most popular answers and get every answer possible from surveys based on how people were polled and based on the questions. The first team to get to 200 points combined will get to go to Fast Money to try to win up to $20,000. So we're going to be going through all 5 episodes that happened with TNA. 5 episodes, 5 men and 5 women from the roster competing in Family Feud. Steve Harvey is host. The men's side have Rob Van Dam, Mick Foley, Jay Lethal, Mr. Anderson, and Matt Morgan, while the women have Chrissy Hemme, Velvet Sky, Tara, Lacey Von Erich, and Angelina Love. First team to get 300 points, sorry if I said 200 earlier, but it's first to 300 points, gets to play Fast Money for the chance to win $20,000 for charity. So let's start with the first episode, opening round. They ask 100 women to name something that men wear that women think is sexy. So between the teams, the women would win the round, get 64 points. The men passed the round to them, and the men failed to steal at the end, so women are on the board with 64 points in all of this. Round 2, they get asked, name another word for stink. Thankfully, the men win this one. 89 points, the women had passed the round to them, and then also failed to steal at the end, so kind of rebounding here. Round 3. Now, round 3 is where, no matter what, the points are doubled. So in this one, it was name a place where people are not shy about making out in public. The men would steal at the end, because it was mainly held by the women, but they would steal at the end to win 162 points, so now they're up to 251. And the women are still at 64. Now you get to round 4, triple the points. Name something an inconsiderate person will hawk from others. The men would get the win by getting the 168 points with the big steal, so the men get the total of 419 points to go on to Fast Money. So Fast Money is going to be played by Rob Van Dam and Mr. Anderson. So you get asked 5 questions. You have first person gets 20 seconds to try to list the most popular answer possible. Then the next person will get 25 seconds. Try not to repeat answers. And if both combined get 200 points, get to win $20,000. So Rob Van Dam goes first. Questions are, number 1, name someone you'd be shocked to receive a naughty text message from. Name an insect you hope never gets inside your ear. Besides water, name something used to put out a fire. Tell me the age when a girl should be allowed to start using makeup. And name something some men wear and some men don't. Unfortunately, RVD doesn't get the final question, but he earned 60 points on his try. Mr. Anderson placed second, and he only gets 68 points, totaling 128, and what the rule is, if you don't make through 200 points, you get $5 a point. So with 128 points, the first time altogether should be about $640. Not a good start there, but they tried. You get to episode 2. Same team still. Round 1. Name a part of your body in which you'd hate to get a wart. And I made a note in here saying, Lacey Von Erich had the audacity to say genitals. And Steve, he was just like, what the hell? Like, you gotta remember, this I think was like his opening season, like his first season in the series. He was trying to make sure this family-friendly Christian television program stayed on the air. And surprisingly, genitals was on the board, and Steve was just temporarily stunned, like, oh my god. But the ladies would actually get all the points, 98 points altogether, only got 1 strike in this round. So, props to the women there. Round 2. Tell me something you might slide down. The men would get the win at 92 points. Ladies would fail to steal it towards the end, so the men are only behind by 6 points, 98 to 92. Round 3, double the points again now. Name something that people get caught in. And thankfully, the men would all get the win here. They would gain 170 points to get up to 262, and the women still fail to get this one. Then you get the big one. Round 4, triple the points. Name something you like to be near when riding on an airplane. Now, if you've seen any clips involving the TNA time on Family Feud, you may remember this clip where Lacey's flirting with Steve and she says, "I love hot chocolate." And he's like, "I like my marshmallows in my hot chocolate." And I'm watching this, I'm thinking, Lacey Von Erich, he's married. Okay? Get that clear. But at the end, the women would get the win. They controlled the round. Men failed to steal, so the ladies got 222 points and would win the game with 320. So Fast Money get played first by Angelina Love, and then the follow-up with Velvet Sky. So, 5 questions for this fast money round for the ladies. Name the very first thing that people do after they wake up in the morning. Name a type of business that has regular customers. Name something you take to bed with you. Name a shoe size that's small for a man. And name something that people should do for their dog at least once a day. Angelina starts off. She gets 113 points on her own. Not bad. And unfortunately, Velvet Sky, when she followed up, she only got 69 points. But, getting a total of 182 points. So they're off from 18 for earning $20,000 for their charity. But they do earn $910, $5 a point. Now, episode 3. Round 1. Name something a woman does to make her bust look larger. Men would get the win here, 94 points. Women would still fail to steal, so the men control the round. Round 2. Name something you might see a squirrel doing with his nuts. This is one of the most infamous rounds because of all the variety of answers and everything. The men would pass around and still win. It would win by stealing at the end, gaining another 94 points, totaling 188. And this was the one where Lacey was just like, "Remember, Mick, this is a family show," and they're like trying to figure out is he storing nuts or defending them? The only answer that was left that they didn't get was scratching them, which is like the least popular answer out of the top 5 or 6. So yeah, this was a well-known round here. Round 3 for double the points. Name something that people have trouble holding. Men would win the round and add another 96 points, so now they go from 188 to 284, and the women still failed to steal at the end here. Round 4, triple the points. Name something a mansion might have a dozen of in it. And right away at the podium, RVD's the man up there, and he said gardeners. Might have something to do with a side hobby if you need a dozen gardeners in your mansion. But the ladies would pass the round and fail to steal, so the men would score 273 points, getting a total of 557, and the women were left with 0. So the men are back to playing Fast Money. This time, Mick Foley and Jay Lethal are playing. Now, I've got to give some criticism here before I continue on. For the men, Jay Lethal was not a good player in all this. I'm sorry, I got to say that. And Lacey Von Erich was not good for the women's side. Everybody else, they were all good. But these two seem to be the weak links here. And no, I'm not going to bring up the whole weakest link thing. So, Mick Foley and Jay Lethal play Fast Money for episode 3. 5 questions. Name a sport where players bring more than one ball to the game. How many X-rated movies have you seen? Name an activity that a man takes off his shirt to do. Name something you might find in a janitor's closet. And name something people like to do around a campfire. Mick Foley misses the first question, because that was a tough one, and still scores 105 points. Now, I remember I also saw this clip. Jay Lethal gets asked the second question, how many X-rated movies have you seen? And he says, 18. And, of course, the number one, he got 0 points there. But the number one answer on that one was 0. And the boys, they're all looking at Steve, they're like, what bullshit? Like, people saying they've never seen an X-rated movie? Nuh-uh, we ain't falling for that. But Jay on his own, he only got 90 points, so they got 195 points total combined, 5 points away. But that still earned $975 for charity. So, 3 episodes in, nobody's able to get 200 points combined to get this whole lead done. So now you get to episode 4, round 1. Name a place a husband better not be when his wife is in the hospital giving birth. The men will get the win, taking the entire round and scoring 92 points. So no strikes, no passing, no stealing. Boom, lucky man there. Round 2. Name a fruit that a man thinks is sexy when a woman eats it. Immediately, Jay Lethal was up there. Banana. And of course, you all thought that. You all know it. And Steve is like, yeah. Well, the men would win this round as well, getting 97 points. The women would fail to steal. If Lacey had Lacey, it was down at the end. Lacey was at the head part of her team and everything, and she was bouncing between either apple or melon. She said melon. It was wrong. The last remaining answer was apple. So if she had chosen the other option, the women would have scored the 97 points instead. So the men are now up to 189 points. Round 3, double the points. Name something some people do frequently and some people not at all. This one, I was trying to figure out a little bit, but it took a few tries to replay. Velvet got censored when she gave her answer later on, and she most likely said masturbate. I mean, they had the red X over her mouth so you couldn't tell fully, but if it's censored like that, you know something's going on. So I have a feeling she probably said masturbate. But the men would steal, and they only got a measly 24 points. So now they're up to 213. I think, like, I've seen a lot of Family Feud over the years with different hosts. I think that may be the least amount of points that somebody's, like, ever scored in the double point round. I mean, 24? So it's just like, it was a tricky one. And now round 4 with triple the points. Name something that is usually the job of the first person to wake up in the morning. The men steal the points at the end, score 246 points, and win with a total of 459. So that means out of the 4 games we've seen so far, the men have won 3 out of the 4. Holy crap, and one of them was a complete shutout. Now, the fast money is going to have Matt Morgan, and once again, Jay Lethal. 5 questions. Name something your mother made you do before you left for school. On a scale of 1 to 10, how replaceable are you at work? Name something that might get broken during a bar fight. Besides red, name a color that roses come in. And in which occupation do you find the bravest people? Matt Morgan scored 68 points, and he made an absolute dumb mistake here. Question number 2, like I just said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how replaceable are you at work? He said 0. That's not between 1 and 10, okay? And Jay, when he got up, he only got 75 points, so combined they only got 143 points. So 68 for Matt Morgan, 75 for Jay Lethal. Combined, that's a total of $715 for that charity. So yeah, 4 games in, everybody's struggling. And now you get to the 5th and final episode of that week. Scroll through, okay. Round 1, we asked 100 men. Name something of theirs that is dirty. Men get the win here with the round, 77 points. Ladies fail to steal. Not the easiest question that they had there. Round 2, name something you might find in the trunk of a criminal's car. Ladies fail to steal again. Men get 81 points, so now they're up to 158. Round 3, double the points. We asked 100 women. Name some information that their new boyfriend might confess to them. And the ladies get on the board by winning this round, gaining 98 points. So the men fail to steal, so men are at 158. Women are now on the board with 98. And then round 4, triple the points. Name an animal that might sleep on the bed of a lonely farmer. And the men get the complete clean sweep here, 288 points, winning the 5th and final game with 446. So now fast money, Mr. Anderson and Rob Van Dam. 5 questions for the last fast money. Name something that people might say your heart is made out of. How much does a chihuahua weigh? Name a room in your house where you might light a candle. Name something a shy boy might be embarrassed to ask a girl for. And using a report card grade, how good of a kisser are you? So, Mr. Anderson got 109 points. Did not give an answer for the 5th question because he ran out of time. And then RVD, he only scored 34 points. So combined, that's 143 points. And again, $715 for the end. So, yeah. These were fun episodes and everything. But it's just like, it's kind of a shame. The women only won once. Men won the other 4 games out of all 5. And nobody won the $20,000 for charity. The WWF did a better job at earning money for charity during the 2 Weakest Link episodes that I've already covered and the Fear Factor episode. It's like Family Feud you would think would be a little bit easier and everything just because like it's surveys. You gotta think of like the common person. It's not gonna be like random trivia like you saw Ann Robinson give on the Weakest Link. You're not pushing yourself into tests and everything like you see with Fear Factor. So yeah, like there was some like fun moments like I said. Talk about the squirrels, like what they do with their nuts and everything, and although it was still weird to see Lacey try to flirt with Steve, it's like, again, Steve is married, Lacey. I don't care if you like hot chocolate. Go find your hot chocolate elsewhere where nobody else has got their hands on it. Okay? But yeah, I think if you want to see all 5 of these episodes on your own, you should be able to find it on the Family Feud official YouTube channel. They got all 5 episodes in full on there. So go ahead and check them out if you want to have a laugh or two. But I mean, like, yeah, it's like, it's a shame. No $20,000 for any charities, but still a fun 5 episodes to go through. So let me know what you all thought in the comment section below. Have you seen TNA Weekend with Family Feud? If not, or if you have, let me know in the comment section below what you thought. And next time, we'll be going way back. Going to be covering the WWF's week on the Family Feud from back in 1993 with Ray Combs as the host. So yes, this should be another good one. If you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember to leave a like, subscribe with the bell turn on if you're listening to this on YouTube, or follow if you're listening to this podcast on any other service that the podcast is available on. And I'll catch you all in the next episode. Thanks for listening, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.